Good morning and happy Tuesday. Yesterday you listened to me read the story of the Three Little Pigs, and today we're going to read a fractured fairy tale of that. So just puts a little twist on the original story. Before I get started, we're going to go over our vocabulary words. So our first word is grunt. So it means to make the short, deep sound of a hog. To grunt. Our next word is sway, which means to swing back and forth or to rock. You're swaying like this. The next word is scent, which is a smell. So it could be from a candle or an oil diffuser. Okay, it could be from something like food that's cooking. You could smell what was cooking. Secure. Secure means giving safety, so you're free from danger. So if you feel secure, you feel safe. And then we have a wheelbarrow. Some of you may have this, your parents or someone in your family might have this, but it's a small cart that is used for carrying rocks and soil and other things. It makes yard work a lot easier. All right, so you can listen for those words as I read. And this is the Three Little Wolves and the Big Bad Pig. So now there's 3 wolves and a bad pig. Once upon a time, there were 3 cuddly little wolves with soft fur and fluffy tails who lived with their mother. The first was black, the second was gray, and the third was white. One day, the mother called the 3 wolves around her and said, "My children, it is time for you to go out into the world. Go and build a house for yourselves, but beware of the big bad pig." "Don't worry, Mother. We will watch out for him," said the 3 little wolves, and they set off. Soon they met a kangaroo who was pushing a wheelbarrow full of red and yellow bricks. "Please, will you give us some of your bricks?" asked the 3 little wolves. "Certainly," said the kangaroo, and she gave them lots of red and yellow bricks. So the 3 little wolves built themselves a house of bricks. That was awful nice of the kangaroo. The very next day, the big bad pig came prowling down the road and saw the house of bricks and that the wolves had built. The 3 little wolves were playing croquet in the garden. When they saw the big bad pig coming, they ran inside the house and locked the door. And this is a game I bet your parents or grandparents remember playing. I used to have one when I was little. The pig knocked on the door and grunted, little wolves, let me come in." "No, no, no," said the 3 little wolves. "By the hair on our chinny chin chins, we will not let you in, not for all the tea leaves in our china teapot." "Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down," said the pig. So he huffed and he puffed and he puffed and he huffed, but the house did not fall down. But the pig wasn't called big and bad for nothing. He went and fetched his sledgehammer and he knocked the house down. The 3 little wolves only just managed to escape before the bricks crumbled, and they were frightened indeed. Oh no. That big bad pig, this sledgehammer, just knocked it right down. "We shall have to build a stronger house," they said, just when they saw a beaver who was mixing concrete in a concrete mixer. "Please, will you give us some of your concrete?" asked the 3 wolves. "Certainly," said the beaver, and he gave them buckets and buckets full of messy, slurry concrete. So the three little wolves built themselves a so the three little wolves built themselves a house of concrete. Oh my goodness. Sorry, Hank just jumped on the chair. Squished my papers. Okay, so the beaver gave him some concrete. No sooner had they finished than the big bad pig came prowling down the road and saw the house of concrete that the little wolves had built. They were playing battledore and shuttle rock in the garden when they saw the big bad pig coming. They ran inside their house and shut the door. The pig rang the bell and said, "Little frightened wolves, let me come in." "No, no, no," said the three little wolves. "By the hair on our chinny chin chins, we will not let you in, not for all the tea leaves in our china teapot." "Then I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house down," said the pig. So he huffed, and he puffed, and he puffed, and he huffed, but the house did not fall down. But the pig wasn't called big and bad for nothing. He went and fetched his drill and smashed the house down. The three little wolves managed to escape, but their chinny chin chins were trembling and trembling and trembling. My goodness. This pig is really big and bad, huh? "We shall build an even stronger house," they said, because they were very determined. Just then they saw a truck coming along the road carrying barbed wire, iron bars, armor plates, and heavy metal padlocks. "Please, will you give us some of your barbed wire, a few iron bars and armor plates, and some heavy metal padlocks?" they said to the rhinoceros who was driving the truck. "Sure," said the rhinoceros, and he gave them plenty of barbed wire, iron bars, armor plates, and heavy metal padlocks. He also gave them some plexiglass and some reinforced steel chains because he was a generous and kind-hearted rhinoceros. So the three little wolves built themselves an extremely strong house. It was the strongest, securest house one could possibly imagine. They felt absolutely safe. The next day, the big bad pig came prowling along the road as usual. The three little wolves were playing hopscotch in the garden when they saw the big bad pig coming. They ran inside their house, bolted the door, and locked the 37 padlocks. The pig dialed the video entrance phone and said, "Little frightened wolves with your trembling chins, let me come in." "No, no, no," said the little wolves. "By the hair on our chinny chin chins, we will not let you in, not for all the tea leaves in our china pot." "Then I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house down," said the pig. So he huffed, and he puffed, and he puffed, and he huffed, but the house didn't fall. But the pig wasn't called big and bad for nothing. He brought some dynamite, laid it against the house, and lit the fuse. Oh my goodness, dynamite. This pig is bad. The house blew up. The three little wolves just managed to escape with their fluffy tails scorched. "Something must be wrong with our building materials," they said. "We have to try something different." But what? At that moment they saw a flamingo coming down the road, pushing a wheelbarrow full of flowers. "Please, will you give us some flowers?" asked the little wolves. "With pleasure," said the flamingo, and he gave them lots of flowers. So the three little wolves built themselves a house of flowers. Flowers aren't stronger than bricks and concrete. How could this work? What do you think? One wall of marigolds, one of daffodils, and one of pink roses, and one of cherry blossoms. The ceiling was made of sunflowers, and the floor was a carpet of daisies. They had water lilies in their bathtub and buttercups in their refrigerator. It was a rather fragile house, and it swayed in the wind, but it was very beautiful. Next day, the big bad wolf came prowling down the road and saw the house of flowers that the three wolves had built. He rang the blue bell at the door and said, "Little frightened wolves with your trembling chins and scorched tails, let me come in." "No, no, no," said the three little wolves. "By the hair on our chinny chin chins, we will not let you in, not for all the tea leaves in our china teapot." "Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down," said the pig. Well, what do you think is going to happen? But as he took a deep breath, ready to huff and puff, he smelled the soft scent of flowers. It was fantastic, and because the scent was so lovely, the pig took another breath, and then another. Instead of huffing and puffing, he began to sniff. He sniffed deeper and deeper until he was quite filled with the fragrant scent. His heart grew tender, and he realized how horrible he had been. Right then, he decided to become a big, good pig. He started to sing and to dance. Look at him dancing. At first, the three wolves were a bit worried. It might be a trick, but soon they realized that the big pig had truly changed, so they came running out of the house. They started playing games with him. First they played pig pog, then they played piggy in the middle, and then when they were all tired, they invited him into the house. They offered him tea and strawberries and wolfberries and asked him to stay with them as long as he wanted. The pig accepted, and they all lived happily ever after. The end. So I hope you enjoyed this story, and I want you to talk with your family members about how this story was different than the three little pigs and the big bad wolf, and how it was alike, okay? And you can even talk about which one was your favorite and why. I'll see you soon.